Hi, this is Daryl Myatt from Keller, Texas. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2009. I want to talk to you today about a very disturbing topic. The Iranian people and their conference that they have to pave the way for their messianic Mahdi. Okay, let's talk about this. The Iranian leaders pave way for the messianic Mahdi. This was in Iran last week. They held this multi-day conference bringing together politicians, mullahs, students, Shiite and Sunni alike to plot what can be done on this earthly plane to hasten the coming of the Anointed One, a messianic end-times personage known as the Mahdi, or the 12th Imam. It wasn't a conference covered by the Western press, but Joel Richardson, who is the author of a new book, The Islamic Antichrist, reported today on that conference, which had been held for the past 5 years, all in a bid to lay the groundwork for an apocalyptic vision of the day Muslims will rule the world. Okay, that right there is very scary to me, Muslims ruling the world. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing the media report them as the peaceful religion. They are by far the most not peaceful religion I've ever seen. Okay, one of their rules they have in the Quran is to kill every infidel. And the infidels are people who do not follow the Muslim way and have not converted to the Islamic faith. So Christians, Jews, atheists, Buddhists, Hindus, Catholics, they're all infidels. So Muslims want to kill us for that. Okay, so let's continue. For the past 5 years, the Iranian religious and political leaders have annually gathered together for 2 days in the city of Qom for what is called the International Conference for Mahdiism Doctrine, sponsored by the Bright Future Institute. Okay, the purpose of the Bright Future Institute, according to their website, is to introduce Imam Mahdi to the world and to pave the ground for his reappearance. After attending last year's conference, Dr. Timothy Furnish, in an article entitled The Importance of Being Modest, also cited President Ahmadinejad, describing the purpose of the conference as helping to bring all of humanity to the knowledge of the true Savior of mankind, Imam al-Mahdi. The true Savior of all mankind? Wait a minute, his name is Jesus Christ. So who is this person they're trying to introduce? Okay, each year a growing number of Sunni Muslims and Christians joined the predominantly Shiite hosts. This year, 400 articles were presented and 40 were selected for presentation. After the completion of the conference each year, the conference papers are published in book form and also placed on the Bright Future website. So these are all accessible by anyone. Okay, the theme of the conference this year was the society and government which prepares the ground for the appearance of the Mahdi, missions and strategies. Okay, each year a special tribute is also paid to 30 key individuals who are recognized as being particular bright lights in the ongoing effort to spread the knowledge of the Mahdi worldwide. The 30 are known as the helpers of the Mahdi. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's continue. Okay, basically saying from 1979 to Ahmadinejad's rise to power in August of 2005, Mahdiism has been a religious doctrine and a tradition that had no political manifestation. The political system operated independently of this messianic belief and the anticipation of the return of the Mahdi. It was only with Ahmadinejad's presidency that this religious doctrine has become of political philosophy and taken a central place in politics. Okay, Mahdiism is now increasingly being used as a political tool by appealing to the religious and nationalistic tendencies of various Muslim groups who believes the striking similarities between Quranic and traditional Muslim depictions of the Mahdi suggests he could well be one and the same as the one known in Christian circles as the Antichrist. Okay, so this Mr. Richardson thinks that this Mahdi will be the Antichrist. There was a presenter at last year's conference, Dr. Mariam Tabar, asserted that the military capabilities of the future Mahdist state depend on Islamic governments in the here and now acquiring abilities to stand against the enemies of the Imam. Iran, of course, is attempting to become a nuclear power. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else it says. For instance, last year, Ali Larijani, the chairman and speaker of the Iranian parliament, quoted Imam Muhammad Baqir, a famous Muslim scholar, as saying there must be bloodshed and jihad to establish Imam Mahdi's rule. Ayatollah Ibrahim al-Amini, professor at the Religious Learning Center at Qom, affirms Larijani when he states the Mahdi will offer the religion of Islam to the Jews and Christians. If they accept it, they will be spared. Otherwise, they will be killed. So here is this Mahdi who is from the peaceful religion of Islam, saying, okay, we're going to offer the religion of Islam to the Jews and the Christians. If you accept it, you'll be spared. If you don't, you're dead. Yeah, that's a peaceful religion. Accept our way or, you're dying. Okay, I'm tired of this being called a peaceful religion. It is not. It's the religion of the devil. Whether you believe that or not, this is the religion of the devil. Okay, so this Richardson's book, again, The Islamic Antichrist, it pretty much stands in stark contrast to the other popular prophecy books of the last 40 years. Basically, he's saying it's almost certain to be greeted in the Muslim world with the same enthusiasm as Salman Rushdie's The Satanic Verses. So, anyway, let's read on. I'm just trying to go through here. Basically, here's where he derives this. Richardson believes the key error of many previous prophecy scholars involves the misinterpretation of a prediction by Daniel to Babylonian King Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel describes the rise and fall of empires of the future leading to the end times. Okay, Western Christians have viewed one of those empires as Rome, when Richardson claims Rome never actually conquered Babylon and thus disqualified as a possibility. It had to be another empire that rose and fell and rose again that would lead to rule of this man of sin described in the Bible. That empire, he says, is the Islamic Empire, which did conquer Babylon and in fact rules over it today. In fact, I can see on my globe right here the Babylonian ruins are currently in modern day Iraq. Okay, so, and he said many evangelical Christians believe the Bible predicts this charismatic character, the Antichrist, will arise in the last days before the return of Jesus. The Quran also predicts that a man called the Mahdi will rise up to lead the nations, pledging to usher in an era of peace. Richardson makes the case that these two men are, in fact, one and the same. So he's saying the Muslim Mahdi trying to usher in the peace process will in fact be the Christian Antichrist. Very strange. Okay, I've taken up too much time reading this article to hit all the Bible verses I want to today, but let's go to Jeremiah 14:14, and this says, Then the Lord said to me, the prophets are prophesying lies in my name. I have not sent them, or appointed them, or spoken to them. They are prophesying to you false visions, divinations, idolatries, and the delusions of their own mind. Sounds like something straight from Muhammad himself. Jeremiah 23:16 says, this is what the Lord Almighty says, do not listen to what the prophets are prophesying to you. They fill you with false hopes. They speak visions from their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord. Okay, from their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord. Okay, Ezekiel 13:1-3. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel who are now prophesying. Say to those who prophesy out of their own imagination, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Woe to the foolish prophets who follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. Yes, that sounds like a prophet I've heard about and read about in the Quran. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see what Jesus says. Matthew 7:15 says, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By your fruit you will recognize them. By their fruit. Okay, murder, rape, killing. What kind of fruit is that? That's not fruit from my God. That's not fruit from anyone related to Christianity. That's fruit related to the devil. Okay, the devil is a murderer and a liar and a thief. I know, strong words, and you can oppose me. That's fine. I'm simply stating my point of view. If you have a different point of view, put it on your own YouTube channel. This is my channel. If you don't like what you're seeing, turn it off. I'm sorry, I speak truth on this channel, straight from the Bible. Matthew 24:24. Actually, 24:11. Let's go to there first. Jesus said, "And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people." And then in verse 24:24, he says, "The man," let's see. Oh, wrong verse. Sorry. 24:24. I'm sorry. I'm running out of time here. "For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and miracles to deceive even the elect, if that were possible." See, I have told you ahead of time. Basically, just watch out for false prophets, and I believe that's exactly what the prophet Muhammad was. A false prophet, pushing a false religion, trying to make everyone convert to it, and if you didn't, he would kill you. That's not from God. Whew. God bless you, and good Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow.